In today's news, President emphasizes the importance of strengthening Quranic education during the Huffaz graduation ceremony. President reviews progress of new premises for criminal and drug court. And Ministry of Tibhi Language, Culture and Heritage signs an agreement with RTC to build a heritage museum in Ha Alif Killa.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to MMTV News in English with me, Mariam Milza Massoud. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz has launched Rayaturna Echo, a dedicated podcast aimed at sharing information, addressing public concerns and strengthening citizen engagement. The first episode aired today via the President's office website and social media platforms. During the podcast, President Dr. Muiz announced a generation ban to prevent young Maldivians from taking up smoking, with plans to phase out tobacco imports over time. Further details will be revealed in the coming months. He also reaffirmed the government's commitment to facilitating religious observances during Ramadan, highlighting initiatives such as office closures in the last 10 days, financial relief on utilities, and staple food provisions. He emphasized the importance of celebrating Eid al-Fitr to instill a love for Islam, particularly among children. Additionally, the president revealed that $150 million has been remitted to banks since January, marking a 40% increase. With 95% compliance in dollar remittance, the government plans to ease foreign exchange transactions by increasing the $500 bank rate allocation for travelers to $1,000, doubling credit card limits and expanding telegraphic transfer opportunities. These measures aim to stabilize the exchange rate and reduce reliance on the black market. The president also highlighted efforts to improve services at the Thalassemia Center, emphasizing on the administration's vision to provide compassionate care for all the patients. He also announced that the administration is exploring the feasibility of closing schools for Ramadan in the future without affecting students' academics. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz and First Lady Madam Sajida Muhammad attends the Huffaz graduation ceremony at the Islamic Center, organized by the National Center for the Holy Quran.
At the ceremony on Wednesday evening, the president awarded certificates to 22 graduates of the Hifz program and reaffirmed the government's commitment to expanding Quranic education. He emphasized the collective role of parents and teachers in this effort and outlined initiatives to improve access to Quranic learning nationwide. Currently, 630 students are enrolled in the government's Hifz program, with free Quran classes introduced in 10 mosques across the country. Suspended lessons at various branches of the National Center for the Holy Quran have also resumed, ensuring accessibility on every inhabited island. To further enhance education quality, the government has recruited qualified Quran teachers from overseas for 6 islands and established dedicated Quranic centers in Hulumale and Bilimale. Additionally, allowances for Huffaz have been increased and certification standards revised to uphold excellence. President Dr. Muiz announced plans for a Waqf building dedicated to Quranic education with land already designated and official communication to the Ministry of Islamic Affairs pending post-holiday government office resumption. He highlighted this initiative as a vital investment in intellectual and spiritual development. To refine Quranic recitation and expertise, the government launched the Tahsin al-Quran program for mosque imams and Maqamat al-Quran al-Karim to improve recitation techniques. The National Quran competition will now be state-funded rather than relying on zakat funds, and a new competition exclusively for Huffaz will be introduced this year. This year's graduates hail from across the Maldives, with some achieving full Quran memorization at a young age. Among them, Zalaf bin Nafi and Musab bin Faisal completed their Hifz at 12 years old, while others did so between ages 13 and 23. Addressing attendees, President Dr. Muiz stressed the importance of integrating Quranic teachings into daily life, cautioning against societal behaviors that undermine moral values. He urged citizens to uphold Islamic principles and foster mutual respect, warning against defamation, misinformation, and divisive conduct. Strengthening these values, he noted, would contribute to a more cohesive society. He concluded by commending the Huffaz for their dedication and perseverance, recognizing their achievements as a significant contribution to the nation's religious and educational landscape.
Minister of Islamic Affairs Dr. Muhammad Shahim Ali Saeed has announced the government's commitment to expanding the Quran recitation project, aiming to produce 100 Hafizs annually. The statement was made during the Huffaz graduation ceremony, a newly introduced event recognizing those who have successfully memorized and recited the Holy Quran. Speaking at the ceremony held at the Islamic Center, Minister Dr. Shahim described the occasion as historic. He highlighted the government's initiative to prioritize Quranic education and emphasized that the decision to formally confer the title of Hafiz reflected this commitment. According to the minister, the demand for Quranic knowledge is significant worldwide, and the government is determined to strengthen efforts in nurturing a generation well-versed in Quranic teachings. Minister Dr. Shahim noted that this year's graduation marks the highest number of Hafizes completing their studies in a single year. He reiterated the government's goal to increase this number further, ultimately ensuring that at least 100 individuals achieve Hafiz status annually. To facilitate this expansion, the project will be extended to every island with an Islamic center. Additionally, Quran recitation initiatives will be introduced in mosques across all islands. The government has pledged continued support for Quranic education, including a funding for recitation centers, Quran classes, and Hifz programs to enhance accessibility and participation. The minister also urged the public to support these efforts, stressing the spiritual significance of memorizing the Quran. We'll see you soon after a short break.
Yine kalam emme memeshan ero afta gahan nasiwari komme nasiwari ke engha sofia mi homa ken ramdomo ge nila kuriya da promotion adibuna 200 rupiya mati komme vyapareka kaasa ge bodit inam devare 520 rupiya 500 rupiya ebbar inam haddiha pas askofi onara bonna pili sikdo istihare ke magena waake unde ken February bihin April 20
Insan Fiar roda hadiya marangalo.
insan fiara roda hadia promotion.
Welcome back. Looking into more news, President Dr. Mohammad Muiz has assessed the ongoing development of the new premises for the Criminal and Drug Courts, a building which is being constructed as a temporary solution to address the shortage of court space until the Superior Court Complex is built in Hurumale. During his visit, the President examined the building plans and discussed the progress of the project with senior officials from the Housing Development Corporation and the Minister for Housing, Land and Urban Development. He was accompanied by cabinet ministers, judiciary representatives, and senior government officials. The need for additional court space has been identified as a critical issue within the country's criminal justice system, with delays in hearings and verdicts posing significant challenges. In his presidential address earlier this year, the president highlighted these concerns and stated that the construction of the Superior Court Complex in Hurumale would begin this year to alleviate space constraints faced by the judiciary. In addition to infrastructure developments, the government is working on legislative amendments aimed at strengthening public trust in the judiciary. Efforts are being made to reform legal frameworks to enhance the efficiency and reliability of the judicial system, which remains a key pillar of governance. The Ministry of Divehi Language, Culture and Heritage has signed an agreement with the Road Development Corporation RDC to build a museum in Ha Alif Kela dedicated to preserving and promoting the island's unique cultural heritage. The agreement was signed on Tuesday at a ceremony held at the ministry. Minister Adam Nasir Ibrahim signed on behalf of the ministry, while RDC Managing Director, Brigadier General Retired Ali Zuhair signed on behalf of the corporation. According to the ministry, the project aligns with President Dr. Mohammad Muiz's Heritage Revival Policy, which focuses on tourism diversification, national identity, and cultural preservation. Speaking at the signing ceremony, Minister Adan Masir said the museum is part of the ministry's strategic action plan, which gives high priority to establishing heritage museums on every island. The ministry will feature several key components, including economic development, restoration of historical elements, and integration of modern technology, and the reintroduction of heritage into daily life. The concept design for the museum is currently in progress, and further details will be revealed as the project advances. That's all the news we have for today. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant day.